are so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Good afternoon, everyone. As we're about to start, as today your Adrian College Bulldogs will take on the Knights from Calvin University. I am Forrest Vernier here on Play-by-Play, and pitching today for your Adrian College Bulldogs is Macy Shang. Shang has a 5-2 record, 3.65 ERA. As she has had 10 appearances, 8 complete games. As she has only walked 18 with 52 strikeouts. As her defense for the Bulldogs, Morosco in left, Lupu in center, Gearhart in right, Wolf and Farelli on the corners, third and first respectively, Bagelman at short, Bork at second, DeChalk at the plate, and Shang on the mound. And leading off for the Knights is Aubrey Herder, the shortstop. First pitch from Shang as she shows bunt, but it's going to go foul for strike one. And here we go. Aubrey Herder is a freshman from Kalamazoo, Michigan, graduated from Kalamazoo Christian High School. Here's the 1-0 from Shang. Swing and a foul. Count is now 0-2 on Herder. Oh, 2 from Macy Shang. That's ball one. It'll gets away from the catcher to chalk. Just the start of things here at the campus of Adrian College. As the sun is shining. Wind starting to pick up a little bit. The 1-2 pitch. That is high, and the count is even at 2-2. Two and two to Herder. Swinging a pop foul. Good at bat so far for Aubrey Herder, the shortstop for the Knights. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Shang. As she hits a fly ball to center, Megan Lupu comes in and makes the catch for out number one. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting the designated player, number 17, Grace Glass.
Grace Glass, the designated hitter. Glass is a senior from Indianapolis, Indiana. Graduated from North Central High School. Takes a strike from Shang. Macy Shang is a junior from Wauseon, Ohio. Here's the 0-1 delivery. As Glass shows bunt, the throw, and that's going to get away from Farelli. And Glass will go to second, and she'll make it there standing up. As that was a wild throw from Ava Wolf. As it gets away from the first baseman, Ava Forelli. As the Knights will have a runner in scoring position. Now Carly Dole, the third baseman. First pitch from Sheng. That's in there for strike one. Only one out so far here in the top of the first. And so that will be an error too. Here's a fly ball into right center. Coming to get this one is Taylor Gearhart. And Glass will hold at second. Two down here in the first. Now Taylor Sanborn, the catcher. As Sanborn hits it foul. Sanborn is a junior from Midland, Michigan. As this is game one of this doubleheader series between the Knights and the Bulldogs. 0-1 from Sheng. A grounder to second. Felicia Borak will throw to first. And that'll do it for the top half of the first inning. No runs, no hits, an error, and one left. As we will go to the bottom of the first inning. No score. Bulldogs coming to bat right after this. All right, I'm ready. And now we're in the bottom half of the first inning. No score yet. As pitching for the Calvin Knights is Emma Ludma, the sophomore from Martin, Michigan. As leading things off for the Bulldogs is Carson Bagelman, the senior from California. Carson Bagelman leading things off. First pitch from Ludema is ball one. And I would like to give a special shout out to Bagelman, as last semester we actually had a class together, as we were able to develop a close friendship. As not only that I learned that not only she is a skilled softball player, but I also learned she's a very talented writer. Here's the 1-1. Bagelman swings and misses for strike two. One and two on Bagelman. And she hits a base hit to right center. And maybe more. She'll go to second, as she has a leadoff double to start things off for Adrian College. As the first hit of the day for the Bulldogs. Is now coming up is Taylor Gearhart. Taylor Gerhardt, the freshman from Pataskala, Ohio. as Gerhardt checks in at a .418 batting average. As she tips it foul for strike one. Gerhardt so far has a total of 23 hits. Bagelman at second, nobody out. That is ball one from Emma Ludema. Count is even at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 delivery. As that's a high pop fly. As Emily Gist will make the catch for the first out. One out here in the first. Maggie Lavelle, the designated player for the Bulldogs, will take a strike from Ludema. Bagelman at second, one out, no score so far. As Lavelle swings and misses for strike two. Oh and 2 from Ludema. That's outside for ball one. As the catcher, Haley DeChalk, waits her turn on deck. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and foul, out of play. So as your Bulldogs are coached by Kaylee Fox and Hannah Kapman. The 1-2 delivery. That's high, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Maggie Lavelle, the junior from Clinton Township, Michigan. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That's outside for ball 3, and we have a full count now. This has been a good at-bat for Lavelle, who has a .411 batting average, as she hits another foul. Lavelle also has 23 hits so far this season. Has a .411 batting average. Here's a 3-2. That is in there for a called strike 3, as Ludema has her first strikeout of the day. Haley DeChalk now will bat with 2 outs. First pitch from Ludema. That is strike 1 on DeChalk, the graduate student from Brighton, Michigan. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a foul, hits the net. If DeChalk shall reach, Ava Ferrelli is on deck. 0-2. That's outside for ball 1. DeChalk has a .260 batting average. Here's the 1-2. That's outside, ball 2. Bulldogs got their lead off aboard as Carson Bagelman hit a double. 2-2. DeChalk swings and hits a fly ball to left. Will it stay in play? No, it will not, as it'll drop foul. As this at-bat will continue for Haley DeChalk. Firelli on deck, 2 outs, Bagelman at second. The 2-2 pitch. And that is going to be caught by Tori Decker to end the inning. As the Bulldogs threaten but do not score as we go the second inning. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left. No score so far here at Adrian. We'll be right back right after this. As we're back, as we're at the top half of the second inning, as Macy Shane will get ready to get back to work. She did not allow a hit in the first inning. The only base runner was that Grace Glass reached on an error. Is now Emily Gist will lead things off here in the second. Emily Gist, the senior from Bettendorf, as she is hit by the pitch to start things off here in the second. That's only the second base runner of the day so far for the Knights. It's now Tori Decker. Decker, who caught the third out in the bottom of the first, will now bat here in the top of the second as she hits it foul and out of play. Oh and 1 from Shang. That's low and in the dirt. A good block by the catcher DeChalk. Gist at first. Nobody out. Swinging another foul. That'll be strike 2 on Decker. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and another foul. Decker checks in at a .322 batting average. She has hit 1 home run and has had 14 RBIs and 19 hits. One and 2 from Shang. Ground ball, base hit to left. As the Knights will have their first hit of the day, as they'll have runners at first and second with nobody out. As that was a base hit to left by Tori Decker. As she is at first, Emily Gist is at second, and now batting is Emma Walker. As she shows bunt, and it's going to go foul from Walker, the junior from Hamilton, Michigan. Runners at first and second for the Knights. Nobody out. One and 0, or 0 and 1. As that is strike 2 on Walker. Here's the 0-2. That is high and outside. 1 and 2 on Walker. One and 2 now from Shang. As that is hit foul, now to play. A ball and 2 strikes on Walker. Fifth pitch of the at-bat. That's outside, 2 and 2. This is game 1 of this doubleheader series. Here's a 2-2 delivery. Swing and a high pop fly toward the right side, and it will go out of play. As Farrelly tried to chase it down, but ran out of room. As the Bulldogs and the Knights now both have 1 hit. Again, the 2-2 pitch. And another foul. This has been a good battle between Shang and Walker. Runners at second and first. Nobody out here in the second. Again, the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be caught by Shang. Throw to third. A double play. Smart play by Macy Shang as she catches the comebacker and tosses it over to Ava Wolf to throw out Gist. Actually, unfortunately, there's only 1 out as that was actually as that ball actually bounced, but there's still 1 out. We still have runners at first and second. Here's the 1-1. Check swing. She went around. As strike 2. Here's a fly ball into left. Going back is Morosco, and it'll go foul, and it lands into the parking lot. As they're going to quickly make sure they get a new softball. 1 and 2 now on Emily Sweetland. the freshman from Ann Arbor, Michigan. 1-2 from Shang. That's high and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's a grounder to third. That'll be a foul ball. Only one out now as moments ago Shang was able to get the out at third after what looked like she caught on a comebacker, but it actually bounced toward her. And she gets her first strikeout as Emily Sweetland strikes out swinging for the second out of the inning, as Shang has her first strikeout of the day. First pitch coming up to Lily Gastra, and she is hit. And that's the second hit by pitch in the inning from Shang. As now the bases will be loaded with 2 outs. As we're now back at the top of the lineup, it's Aubrey Herder, who did not reach base in the first inning, will take her second at bat with the bases loaded, 2 out. As she swings and misses. Oh and 1. Here comes the pitch. That's outside, and the count is even at 1-1. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's the 1-1 to Herder. She just got a piece of that one. One and 2 on Herder. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And she got her, strike 3. As Shang has 2 strikeouts in the inning as she gets out of trouble. As the Knights threaten but do not score. As we now will go to the bottom of the second inning. No runs, 1 hit. As the bases were left loaded. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. No score so far here at Adrian.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy.
Leading off for the Bulldogs, first baseman number 16, Ava Ferrarelli.
Here's Ava Ferrarelli taking her first at bat. First pitch from Ludema is in there for strike 1. Still no score yet as we're at the bottom of the second as Macy Shang prevented the Knights from scoring. Here's the 0-1 to Ferrarelli. Swung on and missed, strike 2. As Ludema is not messing around, she is going right after Ferrarelli. Here's the 0-2. That's outside, ball 1. Just the start of things here at the bottom of the second. 1-2 from Ludema. Ferrelli checks swing and it goes foul. As Ava Wolf is on deck. 1-2. That's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Ferrelli. As you can hear from the Bulldogs dugout as they are cheering Ava. Ava. Count remaining 2-2 on Ferrelli. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And that gets away from Sanborn. But she won't have to worry about it too much as there's nobody on just yet. As your coaches for the Knights, their head coach is Becky Hilgert. Assistant coaches Amber Stanilius. As Ferrelli strikes out to start the bottom of the second, as Ludema has her second strikeout. As now Ava Wolf is due up. First pitch to Wolf is ball 1 inside. So as I was saying earlier, the Knights are also coached by Christy Vandermeer, Abby Cullen, and Josie Wagner. They're all the assistant coaches, as Becky Hilgert is the head coach. As there's a ground ball to the shortstop, Herder. As Ava Wolf grounds out for out number 2. As here's Megan Lupu, the center fielder. She is a junior from Oxford, Michigan. Here's the first pitch. As Lupu takes a strike on the inside corner. And if Lupu shall reach, Jenna Marasco is on deck. As Ludema trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning. As Lupu, it's a fly ball to right, foul territory, and it'll drop. As nobody will catch it. Oh, and 2 to Lupu. That's way outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-2. Lupu, it's a foul, look out. It goes right by the seats. Still no runs yet from either team today. But both the Knights and the Bulldogs have 1 hit. 1-2 to Lupu. As she takes ball 1, just misses the outside corner. Here's the 2-2 from Ludema. As Lupu, it's another foul. As Megan Lupu at 5'1", she is the second shortest player on the team. Here's the 2-2. Lupu hits a fly ball, actually a pop fly, That'll be caught by the shortstop, Audrey Herder. As that'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Emma Ludema. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left, as we'll go to the third inning. As we still have no score here at Adrian. We'll be right back. This is the home of Adrian College Sports.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people.
Here we go, as we now enter the top half of the third inning.
Leading off for Calvin on the top of the third, the designated player, number 17, Grace Glass.
Grace Glass, who reached on an error in the first. First pitch from Shang. Tried to show bunt, then hesitated, as she'll take ball one. One and 0 from Shang. Look out. Foul ball hits the net. Count is even at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 from Shang. A ball and 2 strikes on Grace Glass. 1-2 from Shang. There's a ground ball to the shortstop, Carson Bagelman. That'll be in time for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down here in the third.
Now batting the third baseman, number 21, Carly Dole.
Here's Carly Dole, who flied out to Megan Lupu in the first. Check swing. Did she go? No, she did not, says the first base umpire, as he confirms that was ball 1. 1-0 from Shang. That's inside. Two and 0 on Dole. 2-0 from Shang. Swinging a foul. 2-1 to Dole, the third baseman for the Knights. Two and 1 from Shang. So that is ball 3. Shang struck out a couple batters back in the second, one of them to get out of a bases loaded jam. As that's ball 4 to Carly Dole. As she'll be on first with 1 out. It's Taylor Sanborn who grounded out to Felicia Bork in the first inning. She'll take ball 1 from Macy Shang. One up, one out. Here it's a fly ball to left center, and that'll get down for a hit. As she'll go to second, as Carly Dole will advance to third. A double for Taylor Sanborn. As that's only the second hit of the day for the Knights.
Now batting the first baseman,
As it looks like Taylor Sanborn is going to pinch run for Dole. So now Emily Gist will bat. Gist was hit by a pitch back in the second. As home plate umpire calls timeout. As Macy Sheng will get a quick mound visit from Haley DeChalk and the assistant coach Hannah Kapman. As the Knights have runners at third and second with only one out here in the third inning. One and 0 on Gist with one out here in the third. Here's the pitch from Sheng. That's low and outside, 2-2. Two and 0 from Sheng. And that's going to be a fair ball down the left field line. Here comes a runner. Here's another one coming in. The Calvin Knights take the lead 2-0 on a 2 RBI double from Emily Gist. As Tori Decker now will try to pick up Gist from second base. That's inside and low. As the Knights have now taken a 2-0 lead on a 2 RBI double from Emily Gist. That's scored in Carly Dole and Taylor Sanborn. A ball and a strike on Decker as she singled back in the second. Check swing, she went around. Strike two. 1-2 on Decker. Emily Gist is at second. 1-2 from Sheng. As she hits a fly ball to left center field, Megan Lupu will make the catch. Gist will hold at second. As we now have 2 outs here in the third inning.
Now batting center fielder number 34, Emma Walker.
Emma Walker, who reached on a fielder's choice in the second, but did not score. First pitch to her is in there for a called strike. Oh, 0-1. Low and in the dirt. Good block by Haley DeChalk. Here's the 1-1. As Walker takes the ball outside. Two and 1 with 2 outs here in the third. Here's the pitch. That is high, 3-1. 3-1 from Shang. As Walker just got a piece of that one. Full count now on Emma Walker. 3-2 from Shang. Walker hits a fly ball to left. Going back is Marasco, but she makes the catch in foul territory for the third out. As we now go to the bottom of the third inning, but the Knights take a 2-0 lead on a 2 RBI double from Emily Gist, as they now have 2 runs with 3 hits. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the bottom of the third inning. This is the home of Adrian College Sports.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude,
As we're now at the bottom of the third inning. And for those of you that recognize this song, you're a true country fan, as it's called She's Country by Jason Aldean. Is now leading things off for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the third is Jenna Marasco, who caught the last out back in the top of the third, as she takes strike one from Emma Ludema. 0-1, as Marasco has a base hit to left. As now we're at the bottom of the lineup for the Bulldogs. Here's Felicia Bork. Also another one of my favorite songs called Power. As Bork shows bunt, hits it foul. Oh and 1 on Bork as she lays down a bunt, and that will be not in time. As Bork will reach first, as she'll have a bunt single. As Marasco will reach second. As now Carson Bagelman will take her second at bat. As we're now back at the top of the lineup for the Bulldogs. As Bagelman in the first inning hit a double. As now both the Knights and the Bulldogs have 3 hits. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Ball 1 on Bagelman. The Knights have a 2-0 lead as back in the top of the third. They scored 2 runs on a double by Gist as Bagelman will hit one to center. Going back is Walker, but she makes the catch, and both runners will tag. As Bagelman flies out for the first out of the inning. Here's Taylor Gerhardt, who did not reach base in the first on a pop out. hits it foul. It'll be 0-1. Gerhardt now takes the ball outside. Both runners are in scoring position for the Bulldogs. Here's the 1-1. 2-1 on Gerhardt. As Maggie Lavelle is on deck, she will be next. Two and one. That's in there for strike two. Runners at third and second, one out, the 2-2. As Gerhardt hits it foul and out of play. That one lands by the bullpen. 2-0 Knights here in the bottom of the third. Bulldogs could tie it up on one swing of the bat. But a home run will give them the lead. Here's a 2-2 to Gerhardt. That's outside, ball three. It'll be a full count. 3-2. Gerhardt has a base hit to left center field. As Morosco will score. And going to second is Gerhardt as she has an RBI double. As the lead is cut in half. As Felicia Bork now is at third. And here's Maggie Lavelle. That's ball one. One and oh. That's ball two. As Haley DeChalk is on deck. 2-0. That is inside, ball three. As the tying run is at third. Go-ahead run is at second. 3-0. That's in there with that fastball for strike one. Again, both runners are in scoring position, the 3-1. Here's a fly ball into left. Going back is Gastra, and it's gone! Let Bruiser fetch that one. A 3-run home run for Maggie Lavelle. And the Bulldogs will take the lead. And here they come to greet her at the plate. The Bulldogs take the lead 4-2 on a 3-run home run by Maggie Lavelle. As I believe that is her first home run of the season. as Haley DeChalk will take a ball from Ludema. One and 0. That's in there, and the count is even at 1-1. One and one. DeChalk hits it to left. And that's going to drop for a fair ball. But she will remain at first. Or wait a minute, no, that was... They're actually overturning the call. That is foul. As this at-bat will continue for Haley DeChalk. 1-2. Outside, ball 2. 2-2 on DeChalk. As moments ago, the Bulldogs took the lead on a 3-run home run by Maggie Lavelle. Here's the 2-2. As DeChalk hits one to left, foul territory. And Gastro will not make the play. Two and two on DeChalk. Ava Ferrarelli is on deck. The 2-2. As DeChalk hits another one foul down the third base line. As I just heard Hannah Catman say, go 4. And now she says, go Hales. Here's the 2-2. That's high and outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Haley DeChalk. As her teammates cheering her on, the 3-2. Swing and a miss. A strikeout by Ludma for out number 2. As Ava Ferrelli will bat, and for those of you that recognize this song, you are a true hip-hop fan. As that song was called Big Papa by the Notorious B.I.G., also one of my favorite rappers. As Ferrarelli hits it foul down the third base line. Oh and 1 on Ferrelli. As she struck out in the second, Ludema has struck out 3. And if Ferrarelli shall reach, the other Ava Wolf, waits her turn on deck. 0-2. Swing and a foul. Oh and 2 on Ferrarelli. As she swings and misses and strikes out for the second time. As Ludema, after giving up a home run to Haley DeChalk, strikes out back-to-back batters. As the Bulldogs take the lead 4-2. As they now have 4 runs on 5 hits. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. This is the home of Adrian College Sports.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments
As we're now at the top of the fourth inning, as Emily Sweetland, who struck out earlier, will take a ball from Macy Shang. For those of you that missed it, Adrian College took a 4-2 lead on a 3-run home run by Maggie Lavelle. That's a swing and a foul. Here's the 1-1. Looked like a slow breaking ball that is in there on the outside corner for strike 2. One and two from Shang. That's low and in the dirt. 2-0 on Sweetland. The second baseman for the Knights. Here's the 2-2. As she hits one to right, and that's going to be caught by the second baseman, Felicia Bork, for the first out of the inning. Excuse me for a second. Sorry about that, folks. I've had a cough for a little while, but I'll be okay, as that is ball 1 on Lily Gastra. Gastra was hit by a pitch in the second. 1-0 from Shang. Swing and a foul. Here's the 1-1. That is fouled away. A ball and 2 strikes on Gastra. Excuse me. 1-2 from Shang. Gastra hits it, and it's going to stay fair, but she'll make it to first base, as she will have an infield single. Excuse me. Again, sorry about that, folks. Good thing I got my water bottle here with me. As we're now back at the top of the lineup for the Knights, Audrey Herder. Herder is 0 for 2. She has flied out and struck out as she takes the ball outside from Shang. As we're just getting word that we now have a pinch hitter. As Alana Garcia, the sophomore from Holt, Michigan, will now pinch hit for Aubrey Herder. As Garcia hits a pop fly, and that'll be caught by Ferrarelli for the second out.
Now batting the designated player number 17, Grace Glass.
Grace Glass. who reached on an error, and she's also grounded out, shows bunt. And now this time Macy will make the catch. As we will now go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Bulldogs still have a 4-2 lead. No runs, 1 hit, and only 1 left. As we'll be right back, right after these messages.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know,
as we are back, as Ava Wolf will lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth. Bulldogs so far have 4 runs on 5 hits. The Knights have 2 runs on 4 hits. As Wolf gets in position, first pitch from Ludema, hits a ground ball to third. Carly Doyle drops it, has to hurry. Not in time. As Wolf, as they will call that a hit, as she was able to beat the play, and we're going to get a pinch runner, as Mackenzie Johnson, the junior from Ross Township, Ohio, will run for Wolf. Here's Megan Lupu, who popped out earlier. Will take her second at bat. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Showing bunt, and it'll go foul. A ball and 1 strike on Lupu, as Jenna Morosco is on deck. And she shows bunt again, and the throw to first will be in time there. But Mackenzie Johnson will advance to second, as Lupu does a good job advancing the runner. Here's Jenna Morosco. Morosco singled in the third and scored on an RBI double from Taylor Gerhart. Oh and 1. That's low in the dirt. A good block by Taylor Sanborn, as Felicia Bork is on deck. Here comes the 1-1. That is tapped, and it'll go foul, and it as the home plate umpire had to get out of the way before it landed, and the count is now 1-2 on Morosco. 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Check swing, and that is strike 3. Here's Felicia Bork, who had a bunt single and scored on the 3-run home run by Lavelle. as it looks like she wants to show bunt. But we'll take strike one. Bork at 5 feet tall. She is the shortest player for the Bulldogs. So that's outside 1-1 on Bork, the senior from Hudson, Michigan. Here's the 1-1. As Bork was able to stop herself from swinging. And if she shall reach, Carson Bagelman is on deck. Here's the 1-1. That's in there for strike two. One and two on Bork. As Mackenzie Johnson, who entered this game as a pinch runner, advanced to second on a sac bunt from Megan Lupu. 3-2 on Bork. That's a called third strike to end the inning. That's 2 strikeouts in the inning for Emma Ludema, as it remains 4-2 in favor of the Adrian College Bulldogs, as we will now go to the 5th inning. We'll be right back here on ACTV. Ready. Bulldogs 4 and the Knights 2. As we now start the top of the 5th inning. As Carly Dole. First pitch to her is a fly ball to right. As Gerhardt tried to dive for that one, but will not get there. That is strike one. One and 0 from Macy Shang. Tap foul. Oh and 2 on Dole, who has flied out and walked. Here's the 0-2. As she strikes out looking, as she goes down on 3 pitches. 3 strikeouts today so far for Shang. As here's Taylor Sanborn, who is grounded out, but also has a double. That's in there on the outside corner for a strike. As Shang is about to throw only the 5th pitch in this inning. That's strike 2. Oh and 2. 0-2 on Taylor Sanborn. 1 out here in the 5th. Here's the pitch. That's a called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Macy Shang. As here's Emily Gist. Here's first pitch from Shang. That's in there for a called strike. As Shang strikes out the first two batters here in the fifth, both of them looking 0-1. Zaz ball one. As 7 pitches thrown in this inning have been strikes. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a foul. One and two on Gist, who has had a Gist earlier gave the Knights a 2-0 lead on a 2 RBI double. That was back in the third. One and two from Shang. Swing and a miss. She struck her out as Shang strikes out the side here in the fifth inning. Two of them looking, one of them swinging as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. 4-2 Adrian College. We'll be right back. This is the home of Adrian College Sports. Bulldogs lead 4-2. As we're now at the bottom of the fifth inning, as Carson Bagelman, who is 1 for 2 today, had a double in the first inning, but flied out, but advanced both runners.
Leading off for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the fifth, shortstop number 28, Carson Bagelman.
As Bagelman will now lead things off as she has a base hit to right center. Second hit of the day for Carson Bagelman. As she now has a double and a single. As here is Taylor Gerhardt.
Now batting right fielder number 42, Taylor Gerhardt.
Gerhardt has had an RBI double today. As Bagelman, who has really good speed, will take a lead from first. 1-0 from Ludema, and Bagelman's going. The throw from Sanborn is not in time, as Bagelman has a stolen base. Two and 0 on Gerhardt. Here's the 2-0 from Ludema. As Gerhardt takes a called strike on the inside corner and at the bottom of the box. As you could hear Gerhardt's teammates chanting her name. Here's a 3-1. Ground ball foul down the third base line. Nobody out. Bagelman at second. The Bulldogs lead 4-2. Three and two. That's ball four. As now here comes the hero of the fourth inning, Maggie Lavelle, who hit a 3-run home run that gave the Bulldogs a 4-2 lead. Takes the ball outside from Ludema. Nobody out. Bulldogs have runners at first and second. The 1-0. That is high for ball two. Two and 0 on Lavelle. Here's the pitch from Ludema. That's in there for a strike. Bagelman at second. Gerhardt at first. So that is strike two. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And that is strike three as Lavelle goes down looking for out number one. As that's strikeout number 4 for Emma Ludema. And that'll bring up Haley DeChalk. DeChalk struck out swinging back in the fourth. Hits a ground ball foul down the third base line. Oh, and 1 on DeChalk. She swings and misses. Oh, and 2 on DeChalk. Bagelman at second. Gerhardt at first. As Ferrarelli is on deck. 0 and 2. That is high for ball one. One out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Bulldogs have a 4-2 lead. Here's the pitch. That is high, and the count is even at 2 and 2. Two and 2 on DeChalk. Here's the pitch from Ludema. That's ball 3, and the count is full with 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three and 2 on DeChalk. Inside ball 3. That's strike 3. As DeChalk strikes out for the second time today. Ava Ferrarelli. Ferrarelli is 0 for 2. Has struck out twice. As she takes the ball outside from Emma Ludema. If Ferrarelli shall reach, Wolf is on deck. That's in there for a strike. 2 outs here in the 5th. That's ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Fararelli. Here's the 2-1. Fararelli swings and hits a fly ball to right. Torrey Decker will come in and make the catch. The Bulldogs threaten but do not score as we now go to the 6th inning. As it remains 4-2 here at Adrian. And we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back after these messages.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for...
As we're now back, it is now the top half of the 6th inning as Macy Shang, who struck out the side in the top of the 5th, will face Torrey Decker, who caught the 3rd out in the bottom of the 5th.
Hitting off the right fielder, number 22, Torrey Decker.
Here's the first pitch from Shang as Decker hits one to center, and Megan Lupu runs in to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 6th.
Now batting the center fielder, number 34, Emma Walker.
Here's Emma Walker, who has reached on a fielder's choice, as she has also flied out today, as she will take a called strike. Oh, and 1. Ground ball to 3rd. That's a foul, but picked up by Ava Wolf. Oh, and 2 from Shang. Swing and a miss as she strikes out Walker on 3 pitches. 2 out.
Second baseman, number 32, Emily Sweetland.
As Walker strikes out on 3 pitches for the 2nd out. Swing and a foul by Emily Sweetland. As Shang now has 6 strikeouts, as she has now retired 5 in a row. Ball on the outside corner. Ball misses the outside corner, I should say. 1-1 on Sweetland with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That is in there on the breaking ball from Shang. One and 2 from Shang. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Sweetland, who is 0 for 2 today. The 2-2 from Shang. Swing and a miss. She struck her out. That is number 7. As that is 6 in a row now retired from Shang. As we will now go to the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll be right back. This is the home of Adrian College Sports. Bulldogs 4 and the Knights 2 as we now go to the bottom of the 6th. As Ava Wolf, who is grounded out and singled, so she is 1 for 2 today. It's Megan Lupu on deck, as Ava Wolf will take a strike from Ludema. Oh and 1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Here's the pitch. Ball 1 as the home plate umpire shows the count 1 and 2. One and 2 on Wolf. Look out. Foul ball hits the net. Just the start of things here in the bottom of the 6th. A ball and 2 strikes on Ava Wolf. Here's the pitch from Ludema. Wolf hits a high pop-up. That's going to be caught by Carly Dole for the first out of the inning. Here's Megan Lupu. As Megan Lupu hits a grounder to third. Long throw from Dole. And they got her at first. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th as Lupu grounds out to Carly Dole. As here's Jenna Marasco. Marasco is 1 for 2, singled and struck out as she hits a fly ball to right center. As Emma Walker will make the catch, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Emma Ludema. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left, as we now go to the top half of the 7th inning. Bulldogs 4 and Knights 2. Who's going to win?
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you.
Bulldogs lead 4-2 as we go to the 7th inning. As Lily Gastra will lead things off here in the 7th. First pitch from Shang. That's in there for a strike. Shang has retired 6 in a row now. As she has struck out 7 batters today. As she misses on the breaking ball, 1-1. 1-1 on Lily Gastra. There's the pitch from Shang. And to give you a game recap, in the top of the 3rd, the Knights took the lead 2-0 on a 2-run double by Emily Gist. Then the bottom of the 3rd, Adrian College answered with an RBI double from Taylor Gerhardt, then followed with a 3-run home run by Maggie Lavelle. Two and 2 from Shang. Full count now. Gastra is 1 for 2 today, the 3-2. And that is going to be caught by Taylor Gerhardt for out number 1. As she makes a good catch. Is now Allie Schultz, the senior from Wyoming, Michigan, will pinch hit. First pitch from Shang. That is low. As Schultz is pinch hitting for Garcia, who pinch hitted for Aubrey Herder. Ground ball to first. And Farrelly will take care of it herself. 2 down here in the 7th. As Schultz grounds out to Farrelly. Now here's Grace Glass. First pitch to her. That is just outside, ball 1. One and 0. That is in there. As the home plate umpire confirms the count, a ball and a strike. 1-1. Ground ball foul. Picked up by Wolf. One and 2 on Grace Glass. And a strike away and an out away from taking game 1 of this doubleheader series. 1 and 2. And another foul. Glass has reached on an error and is grounded out today here in game 1. One and 2 from Shang. Right back to the mound. Shang will have an easy play on that one. And that's going to be it for game 1. And what a job by Macy Shang, as she has her 8th complete game this season. As the Bulldogs take game 1 4-2. Cue the music, All I Do Is Win by DJ Khaled. As the Bulldogs will play game 2 coming up soon. As your final stats for the day, Bulldogs with 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. The Calvin Knights with 2 runs on 4 hits and only 1 error. As Adrian College takes game 1 of this doubleheader series. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on ACTV for game 2. I am Forrest Vernier here on Play by Play. And we'll be right back.